What are you doing?
Bunnycast, episode 39, recorded on September 9th, 2010. It's time to hand the recording over to our tame Bunnycast host. Some say he is really a she, and that he can lift an entire couch of people with just his left ankle. All we know is he's called the Bunny Stig. This is all wasted on all of you.
See, I'm not the only one whose man card is revoked.
I was too busy going, what?
Okay.
Oh, wait. Let's do the Homer thing.
See, IceTigerLily doesn't have a man card to worry about. And our Moogle's still young.
I'm still what?
You're still young.
How old are you again? I don't remember. I think you said 23. Well, I'm apparently young too, because I'm 25.
I will reach through that router and put a blender through your ear.
I want to somehow, for some reason, I know it's morbid and cruel, but I want to see that.
I'm 34. I have every right to call you all y'all kids.
No, we just
Yes, welcome back to the Bunnycast, everybody. With us today, we have Dame Helennet the LeatherClad, who you just heard. I am Sir Xepharon the Prepared. With us today, we also have IceTigerLily, and we have Drayco the Art Moogle.
Yo.
Figured someone had to get around to it.
Okay, well, for those
heard the ADD.
For those of you joining us from various places around the internet, which we're now famous on, yay! Yay!
We're on 4chan.
Seriously?
Yes, seriously. Someone posted an anonymous thing on, I don't know, some TG comic something or other, and it just says in all capitals, card games on motorcycles, and like 7 exclamation points.
Which apparently happened on this show.
Yeah. For those of you who are wondering what the hell we're talking about, you can always go ahead and go to shastrix.com/bunnycast and go find the episode that is on April, I believe it's 23rd. Yeah, April 23rd, the Prelude to Drama. And it's right there in the opening, so you'll totally be able to just hear it. It's great. And from then on, that's where we coined the phrase the motorcycle. Because someone had a stuffy nose when they were talking the first time.
Okay.
Did you say motorcycle? I believe it was Killerfish that said that, too.
Yeah, I think so. Okay, so as I was saying, for those of you who are visiting from around the interwebs, we are the Bunnycast. We are the official podcast of the official feature for Algunish Shive, the webcomic done by Dan Shive. We do invite everybody to go read it and participate in the forums at community.910cmx.com.
Well, he invites you, I command you.
And speaking of forums, we have forum news. Leading off is Noxie's banning. And this is less about specifically Noxie being banned, because, well, frankly, Noxie was a dick. Let's put it this way. I don't recall ever having seen the little banner badge for Dick Bunny until Noxie came along to the forums.
Wow. That's already putting this in context, and I'm not even on that forum.
He had this in his signature?
Yes. It started.
Wow.
Really?
Well, hey, at least he's honest. It's like the presidents when they come out. Everybody goes, hey, everybody, I'm honest. Everybody goes, bullshit. Clinton came out and did it right. He says, hey, everybody, I'm full of shit. And everybody goes, well, at least he's honest.
He did not have sex with that woman. Oh, yes, I know.
For variable definitions of sex, which may or may not include actually inserting a part of the male anatomy into the woman at some point in some way.
Suddenly the podcast got a little more rated R.
It already was.
Yeah, we go there.
Considering your news article, I don't think you can talk.
Yeah, I'm now entirely sure that's a joke, but it's still funny.
I think I could totally make a joke out of it. That has rules.
Anyway, that's for later.
Over it.
Let's save that idea for later.
Okay.
Nazis banning had Dick Bunny in his signature. Why do you put that in your own signature? I can see someone else putting it in theirs about you. But why would you brand yourself from the get-go?
That's a good question. And it's like Noxie was kind of the leader amongst the Dick Bunnies to say, I'm here, I'm being an absolute tool, and I don't care who says otherwise. In fact, I'm going to be as much of a tool to everybody just so that I can say I'm the biggest tool on the forums. And it's like, why? That's not what this is about.
If I have a fairly thought moment, please, I would like to say that it's probably, just a little bit of an ego problem. It's like, I can't be loved for who I am. I could be hated instead. Yay.
Yeah, pretty much. That's pretty much how it seems to have worked.
Oh, hey, there's a third page to it. Sorry. Shiny!
Clearly. Okay, the thing about Noxie and their ilk. We never had the problem with Noxie and the like on the Keenspot forums, which was a good thing for them, but bad in that we didn't really know how to handle it once the changeover occurred. As a community,
we had trolls. We had trolls.
Well, yeah, we had trolls, but they were always of the sort that it was so extremely blatant that there was no question whether they should be banned or not. But it was like Noxie and others like Noxie have always pushed and pushed and pushed just enough to where it was saying, well, they might be bannable, but they haven't really gone over the edge too much. And it's like that the gaming of the system was monumentally frustrating, especially for those of us who actually know some of the moderators, and would have loved to have said, "Hey, this person, ban them, please." And then they come back and say, "Why? What are they doing?" And we say, "They're being jerks."
Well, at least we don't have the super anal mods. There was this comic I read. I can't remember what the hell it's called, but it's like this. It's not the best drawn, but I think that was part of the point. You have this guy on there wearing this 10-gallon top hat, looking at the computer. It says moderator on the hat, and then all of a sudden he leans back, points at the screen, and goes, "Oh my God, that man said nipple!" Next panel, "That's worse than exposing one." Final panel, "Bruh."
Yeah. I will say that it is nice that we don't have to worry about that kind of moderator. Well, let's just say that given what I know about where 910 CMX came from, they have no call to tell other people that they can't say certain things. So I think that's a good thing in this instance.
Funny thing how you said where 910 CMX came from, and right as you're talking about that, I'm looking at a link about Facebook.
So anyways, Noxie has indeed been banned.
Banned!
Banned! So for those of you who didn't know, there is that. And yes, you can indeed get banned from the 910 CMX forums. It may take a while, it may take many, many strikes, but eventually you can get banned if you keep pushing and pushing and pushing.
His next objective, getting banned...
Something that one has that Mayhem does not.
His next objective is getting banned from 4chan. Can it be done?
That's actually pretty easy.
Is it really?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Any of them will say, "Oh, I don't like you, ban."
Wow, I didn't think it was that.
Getting banned on 4chan is saying something that the current moderator doesn't feel like listening to at the time.
Exactly.
They hand out bans like candy.
Wow. Watch out, get the ban hammer.
Yeah, avoid the ban hammer. It's a natural bonus you have to get.
Apparently that's an actual weapon on TF2.
Is there a chance I could get an extra life?
Anyway.
So, anyways.
Oh.
Okay, so we have in the forums, on the EGS General Discussion Forum, a bunny named Carl has posted an interesting question. Not a poll, but more of an opening of a discussion. Are the bunnies harming EGS? And he actually, says, this is a serious discussion, and where, there's this thing that's going on where we're kind of violating the neutral observer role by giving so much immediate feedback to Dan, and is that a bad thing for the comic?
I'm looking at it right now. For those who are not familiar with with this thread, it says, like you said, are the bunnies harming EGS? No, it isn't a poll. Here's the thing. It would seem that Dan is very sensitive to criticism. He said that EGS is a very personal thing with him, thus no colorist, for instance. It has to be all him. I just checked his Twitter feed because the comic wasn't up at midnight, and he's talking about not doing a particular bit of art because he might have to answer questions from readers if he does. Well, no, he doesn't. Why should he feel obligated to answer trivial questions about a character's wearing of a specific item of clothing? But for some reason, he does feel so obligated. So, here in the forums, bunnies obsessively hyperanalyze everything, and some seem to enjoy mocking every possible panel that potentially fails perfection. Is this discouraging Dan, or encouraging tendencies like over-explanation? I'm not mocking any specific bunny, nor am I mocking Dan. I'm just honestly wondering what effect we, as a group, have on the creation of Elguna Shive.
That's a pretty valid question.
That's actually... Wow.
I'm actually interested by this.
I might actually have to post in this.
And guess what? Dan Shive actually responded at a certain point. I'm not going to go into details beyond that, but there you go. Interesting. So, go check that out.
I just realized something. We're now analyzing an analyzation of analyzation.
No, we're just commenting on it. Yeah.
We're getting meta!
Oh, God.
How many levels did we just go up?
I think we just broke the fourth wall 3 times.
To be honest, I didn't really notice this because I'm a student. I'm supposed to be, well, not a student anymore, but I was used to this sort of thing, like, how much does the auto influence the creator and what's not?
I'm an art major. I don't do that.
I'm a major...
Major, I did.
Person thing.
Now...
Yeah. I need to go back to school.
In the art gallery forums, not to toot my own horn, but there's the whatever happened to the colorizing races thread. I may have to change the title if that's possible on 910 to colorizing races. It's awesome because it's continuing. We have recent updates, including a couple of art pieces that are colorizations of the most recent comic. I do invite people to check that out, and I'll comment further on the most recent comic when we get to that point in the podcast. Going further, in the off-topic discussion forums, there is Victor Mike Actual posted, "What if you were the last of your kind?" opening up to a general discussion.
Well, that's an interesting...
You'd be the plot of a very bad movie.
Yeah.
What?
Hasn't that been done before? No, if you were the last of your kind, that's like asking every single person, what if you were the last human? Or if you want to go a little more serious and less, snarky, like I just was, what if you're the last of whatever your persona might be?
Yeah.
Okay.
What, so like,
Your favorite character. Your favorite.
What if you were the last of that religion? You mean like that?
Last
Something
whatever.
you consider yourself.
Yeah. Take your favorite character, perhaps, maybe even, and make that you. And what if you were the last one of that kind? In my case, I'd be a furry wolf guy thing. Big surprise!
Okay, so moving on to the newbie intro forms, some noobs to go and say hi to and tackle glomp and give newbie kits or whatever it is we're doing these days.
I give them mashed potato sandwiches.
That's gross.
It's
better be warm.
Delicious.
Hey, everyone else seems to like it. I've only given it to one person.
Newbie Hayabusa Taichu, I think is how it's pronounced, has an avatar from the comic for Scott Pilgrim vs. the World.
I'm trying to get to the thing quickly. Damn it.
The thread title is Soup.
There it is, Soup.
Yes.
Right above the comic, or right above the thread, Sup.
Yes. And speaking of,
it's Hayabusa Taicho. Captain Hayabusa.
Speaking of Sup, that is Magnus's thread. I guess he renamed it. Then after that is, again, Cuddly Kitten. So not many totally new people. We do have Chimara, who's got some arrangement of couples from EGS in their SIG. And Hawk 222. And those who... I'll leave that one alone. Go investigate, but...
Then there's Original Sounding Title by Golden.
Well,
Original Sounding the title with a description.
Okay. So, that being as far as I want to go with that, go say hi to the newbies.
Hi!
Hi.
Now, as for comic news, we have it's Comic Meme Man.
Oh yeah, that's what you meant by that.
Touching on every single comic and geek fandom meme in what 1, 2, 3, 4 panels, 5.
Actually, the third panel, I'm not entirely sure which one that is. I get all the rest, but
Green Lantern.
Okay, I wasn't sure. It's hard to tell without color.
Oh, excuse me. Now,
Speaking of the colorizing race,
as this comic goes, it's like Dan is almost inviting people, colorize me, make this an avatar.
Well, have you? I've never seen
fodder.
I've never seen Green Lantern with beer or wherever that is.
Are you kidding? One of them was renowned for being a beer drinking, womanizing cad.
Are you familiar with a? It's not entirely a parody. It's actually making fun of actual Superman comics called Super Dick.
Yes.
Super Dickery.
Super Dickery. Thank you.
Because Superman's a dick.
What man was he an asshole? No, I'm sorry, Dick.
And Wonder Woman likes being tied up.
Moving on. So yeah, we have Commissioner Gordon, Green Lantern, Yoda, Darth, and I know the reference was Shazam, but I can't remember it.
That would be Captain Marvel.
Okay, yeah. I couldn't place it.
So, and as usual, there is a comic reaction thread. This one is actually fairly nice. It's got a lot of intelligent commentary, which is not something you see every day on 910 CMX comic reaction threads. But let's move on.
Wow, I just read the last comic, and oh god, it's like it's like this parade of nerds.
Dan
I'm with Grace in the last panel. Okay, stop saying stuff.
Dan had his nerdgasm.
Cigarette? Was it good for you? I'll call you in the morning. Okay, so we have in miscellaneous news, the official. It is official from Nintendo. The Doctor Who Sonic Screwdriver Wiimote.
Sound effect here.
What?
I so wish.
Those of us who don't know Doctor Who are sitting over here going, okay.
I so wish.
Well, come on, even I
just
know
think-
Doctor Who.
I just faced instead, like, really? Oh my god.
Drayco. Even I, Soldier Bunny, who still needs to see Stargate, Battlestar, and all the other stuff, knows Doctor Who. In fact, I have the third.
I need to see all those too. The only thing I know about
What are
Doctor
you
Who is that I
doing?
apparently look like one of them.
Okay. Your nerd is hereby revoked until further notice.
My nerd card.
Yes.
Hey, I've revoked his. I've put Xepharon's man card on suspension until he sees Top Gear.
I haven't seen it either.
Yours is now too.
No, mine.
But yes, it's really visually close to the Sonic Screwdriver, which is good. It's kind of what you'd expect of an official piece of merchandise that is endorsed by both the BBC and Nintendo. And that's one thing about the Japanese. I really like that when they decide to do a reproduction of some sort, man, they are loyal.
I'm trying to look this up right now.
Power Rangers.
Oh god, the Power Rangers. They got stupid after the second season.
No, I'm going to nerd for a second. The new line, you know how for a while there was the Japanese Samurai Sentai Shinkenga was too Japanese, so they couldn't translate it. So instead, that year's season of Power Rangers was a remake of the original with cool comic book effects and stuff.
Oh,
but the line of toys that they re-brought out with it are essentially cheap plastic knockoffs of the original ones.
Okay. Oh my god.
Remember the original Dragon Dagger that was like made of metal and really hard plastic and actually played music and shit?
Yeah, I wanted one. Still do.
Yeah, the new one is plastic and about 4 inches long.
The Doctor Who Wiimote is really cool looking.
I'm sorry, this discussion about the Power Rangers is not penetrating my brain because the entire original thing was just so stupid!
Hey, that was my childhood. Back off.
Yes.
I will fanboy at you.
Go ahead, I want to see it.
Really will. He was calling me the pink Power Ranger for ages.
I don't know, I had hots for the yellow one. Anyway. You ever notice, though, that the Power Ranger colors were almost... I hate to point this out, but they were almost...
Racist.
Yes.
Yeah.
The Yellow
that's been pointed
Ranger...
out many times. There's one that also most people don't know.
Yellow Ranger, Asian. Black Ranger was the black dude. Duh. Red Ranger, I think he had like some Indian in him or something like that.
No. Okay. Technically, later on, Tommy, who was originally the Green Ranger, and then the White Ranger, and then the Red Ranger, was originally supposed to be Native American in the original casting sheet.
I thought the Red Ranger was Jason.
He's not.
What happened?
He was, but later on, the third season Red Ranger was Tommy, who was the original Green and White Ranger, and in the original casting, Tommy was supposed to be Native American. It was then later retconned so that he actually was, despite the fact that he's, from Florida or something.
I have to go ahead and find the soundbite now for the Dragon Dagger.
Once upon a time, there was a Ranma 1/2 fan fiction that crossed over with, what's the one? 3 girls go to an alternate universe where they wind up being like sword maidens.
Not sure.
Derail.
Magic Knight's Ray Earth.
Need to do that one too.
And it was good, and then it got friggin' hilarious because Akane, Ryoga, Shampoo, Ukyo, and I think one other person, they wound up being like magical protectors. They were given like magical protector powers and whatnot, and it was a total freaking parody of Power Rangers.
Hey, parodies are the best.
And Akane kept punching Ryoga in the face.
I gotta see this now.
I'll have to dig it up. I'm not even sure if it's still published on the internet. I've got it in a...
If it was on the internet before, it's on the internet somewhere else. It's the
Under the impression there's a Ranma fanfic crossover with everything.
It's like how someone says, it's no longer on YouTube. No? I can find it somewhere else.
I'm sure.
That's what archive sites are for.
Yes, there is, for some bizarre reason, a Ranma 1/2 fanfic crossover with My Little Pony.
Like I said, there's a 1/2 crossover with anything fanfic.
Here's the scary thing. It works!
I defy you to find
They
something
made it work!
What? What? Have you gone to YouTube and actually looked up the My Little Pony movie trailer?
No.
What?
Yeah. You have a mission. All of you listeners, go to YouTube and look up the My Little Pony movie trailer. Someone made this.
Oh no! Wait, is it what I think it is?
Yeah, where the different colors of the little ponies are invading and they're beating the shit out of the people, and yeah.
Yes, it is what I think it is.
It's like one of the best parody spoof trailers I've ever seen.
I think it's by that group that just does spoof trailers, and they're really good at it.
You need to watch Dark Knight Sweden.
So, Drayco, you have a story for us to talk about.
Segue!
I was thinking I was going to up the class of this show, but I think we're going to drag it back down. My news story.
Yeah.
Thank you, homeless kid.
Now, and she laughed just as I was about to say, your news story or your nude story? Go for it.
I'm getting the router blender. I will get the router blender.
Brain bleach! I need brain bleach! It's, by the way, it's My Little Pony live action trailer.
Anyway, let's start this off with the title. Surfing porn at the office can lead to a promotion.
Woohoo! How, though? Okay, you've obviously read the article. I just looked at the link and said, what?
Okay.
Go.
Now, take this with a grain of salt, because given the fact that they're mentioning that they use the phrase that use the number 6.
I'm sorry. Porn.
Router blender!
Porn, sex, salt.
Take this with a grain... Oh, God, I hate you. I hate you.
Oh, I really just.
And so, now tonight, when you are eating your dinner and somebody says, pass the salt, you will break out in a fit of giggles, and you won't be able to explain why.
It's like I said before, I'm going to put that comic thing you linked us as my desktop wallpaper. Going to be like, people are going to look at it and go, what's TG? Transgender? Why do you have this on your desktop? Because it says card games on motorcycles. Yeah. What? What? Exactly.
PG is traditional games.
Nope. That's not where I got it!
Okay. Anyway.
/B/
Anyway.
Nope.
A controversial new study released by researchers from the Advanced Institute of Management Studies, AIMF, purports to show that men who surf porn at the office are up to 69% more likely to be promoted to a management position when compared to men who refrain from such activities.
Pause, sorry. I have to point out that I think it's absolutely funny. He said it's AIMS, and that stands for what again?
Advanced Institute of Management Studies.
And funny enough, AIMS is also the exact same acronym for AOL Instant Messaging Service. What? I thought it was funny. Continue.
I'm going to skim this because the article is pretty silly, and I'm pretty sure the fact they use 69 repeatedly is meant to indicate that this is a fake. But later on, according to Dr. Chadwatcher, the seemingly surprising results of this research may be less counterintuitive than initially believed when one considers that alpha males, who've typically risen up the corporate ladder faster than others, are also much more sexually active than their sexless cubicle co-dwellers due to elevated testosterone levels. If you think about it logically, it makes perfect sense to promote the heaviest porn users, as they are already going to have the qualities and leadership skills necessary to drive a business forward. Wait, it gets better.
I'm trying to shut up.
It could also be a factor in why so many politicians, police, and others in leadership positions are also so often caught up in sex scams. They also tend to surrender critical thinking skills to their penis. And that is where I'm going to leave that article.
Oh my god.
Oh, by the way, there's one more that you'll get a kick out of, probably. Well, Bill does. It is found that it is found that women who view porn in the office are probably militant lesbians and should be kept as far away from the corporate management structure as possible.
I think I can probably say that this article is not legitimately real.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure too. In fact, I use 69 like 2 or 3 times in here, and leads me to believe so. That's not a coincidence. That's intentional.
What this means is, if all those feminists want to promote women being promoted in the workplace as a form of protest, they should all view more porn at work.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, this is good for me.
Hey, you're the only woman in this. Speak for yourself.
I can't stop
Speak
laughing.
for your gender.
I cannot stop laughing.
I am laughing.
It's about time to recognize the power that
it's
sex plays in the office.
What was that, ITL?
I am laughing on the inside, but at the same time, it's like I can't say anything to it because it's like, yes, guys, hold on.
If anything is said, it will just encourage them.
If anything is, she's keeping quiet. If anything is said, people are going to. Never mind. It's going to make her look bad, no matter what. I cannot confirm nor deny that statement.
Okay, IceTigerLily, you have a news story for us.
Yes. Mine's nowhere near as interesting. We should have saved Drayco for last.
It's okay.
But God damn you. Anyway, yeah, my one. It's pretty interesting because like it's basically something for us girlies, you know, making us feel better. And it's that for the New York Fashion Week, I don't know if it's this week or whenever it is, there's going to be one particular catwalk show that will only feature plus-size models, which is UK size 12 or UK size 16 and above.
Okay. I see nothing wrong with this.
Well, yeah, and to my understanding, models are unrealistic representations of human women. They more closely resemble fence posts, broomstick handles, lamp posts.
Olive oil. Whoa, olive!
Exactly. So, frankly, I'm glad that somebody is actually doing something that actually represents real women.
Thank you.
Yeah, there is actually a few quotes here. Like, it's about empowerment. There has been a mistaken notion as to what inspires women. A size 2 woman may be inspired by a size 0 model, but a size 12, 14, or 18 woman won't be. We would like to see something we can identify with on the runway.
Hey, you
and
know,
it makes sense.
Yeah, rather than giving every single person alive these impossible or exceedingly hard, not worth trying the effort goals, let's go with something that we can go with and be happy and confident with.
Yeah. I mean, speaking as one who's got an even bigger hurdle than most women, yeah, I'd like to see more realistic models on the runway.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Zeph, I know your thing is all about the Iraq.
I was going to be brief on it.
Yeah, well, what I'm thinking is instead of just the Iraq War, let's talk about Obama's role. Because, oh God, there's so much I want to just rip into him about.
Go right ahead. Please understand that in a technical sense, he is my boss. I really can't say much. I will respect your opinions, though.
Well, guess what? Not only is he not my boss, I didn't vote for him.
Anyway, so yeah, well, should we wait for Drayco to come back?
Well, let's just continue.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a phone line.
He forgot to turn his mic off. Okay, so why don't you cover the bare bones? Go.
Okay, as I'm sure a lot of people know, if not just about everybody, the Iraq War has basically it's been declared over. We'll see how long that lasts. I'm sure that we're going to be probably starting to pull out soldiers here really soon, probably the next 5 years. And yes, I am very much a cynic about this, having been there myself. And I don't know, I think it was like 6 times we heard, all right, hey guys, you're going home this week, pack your shit. Oh, hey, no, never mind, false alarm, got extended.
Yeah. Okay, now that you've covered the bare bones.
The other thing is, though, is that, yeah, Iraq is over. Yay, okay. Afghanistan is actually starting to pick up. And what I'm irritated about is that, I don't know, how many countries in the world have tried to take Afghanistan and all their cave tunneling systems and all this other stuff, and no country has ever succeeded before? What makes us think we can do it?
Before you go too much farther and get into territory that could potentially get you in some seriously hot water, let me take over.
What did you guys break while I was gone?
All statements and all thoughts and views made by me are not only anonymous because people really don't know who I am as far as my actual name goes unless you actually know me, and also they are my personal opinions, thoughts, and do not reflect anything by the United States Army. Disclaimer. Go.
Okay. Obama is doing exactly the same fucking thing that we did for the Vietnam War. We've lost! Pull out! Right. You know what?
Hey, I've said it before. The Iraq War has been nothing but a repeat of Vietnam. The only difference is the body count, and that's because of technology. We're actually putting armor on the soldiers. But other than that, it's the exact same fucking thing. Sorry. Continue.
In both cases, we were winning until the wrong president gets into office and says, "Oh, we've lost. Pull out."
What were we winning, though? That's the question. What the hell were we winning? What was the... I've been back for 2 years, and I still don't know why the hell we were there in the first place.
Get it.
Searching for weapons of mass destruction that never existed.
Well, that was one of 17 reasons, and I'm not going to go into that right now because that has...
Because of oil that we're going to raise prices on.
No, wrong. Okay, I'm not going to get into that right now because that's a whole nother tangential discussion.
Because Bush wants to impress Daddy.
From a purely logistical standpoint, from just the raw continue to hit them until they stop moving, we were winning. Vietnam and Iraq, both cases, we were winning. Then a moron comes into office because a bunch of idiots who don't know what they're doing elect a guy with not enough experience in the military theater during wartime, and this idiot who cares more about polls than anything else decides that since it's popular amongst his electoral base, we're going to pull out of a war we're winning because we've got to be losing. I'm not bitter.
I think you're being crazy. Hey, crazy!
And then
I'm sipping.
And then there's this bullshit going on in Afghanistan. And I'd like to point out that we, during the Bush years, had crushed the Taliban in Afghanistan. They are now, again, a force to be reckoned with, and that only happened since Obama got elected. There is cause and effect here. It is not one of those, causation does not equal corollary or anything like that bullshit. No, these people have openly said, hey, we got some guy who we can now push around, so we're going to start taking more power, and we're going to start seizing more control, and guess what they're doing right now? And you know what the worst part about this is yet another broken promise to the people of this region. No, the fuck wonder they don't trust us, because we keep breaking our fucking word to these people over and over and over again. You do that enough, they stop caring what you have to say at all. And then they start listening to the people who will lie to their face, bald-faced lie, and, well, gee, I wonder why they believe that having sex with small virgin boys is going to cure AIDS!
Okay.
I'm confused.
You sound like. Are you familiar with a?
You sound like all of the internet at once.
Are you familiar with a furry named To the Ranting Griffin?
Yes, one of my favorite internet commenters, even though he and I have almost entirely diametrically opposing political beliefs.
Would you believe me if I told you I met him, shook his hand, and gave him a hug?
Yes, I would.
He's really cool, really approachable. He also has on YouTube a rant that I think just absolutely totally fits with what you're saying. It's called To the Ranting Griffin America. Go watch it.
I'll take a look.
Although it fits in what you're doing, what you're saying, on a different. In a different way, it's basically saying how America is being very stupid and its head is up its ass.
Derp-a-derp-a-derp.
It just goes about it in a different way. But it's awesome, it's true, and it's really even those in office can't deny it. Watch it.
Okay, well, that's a good recommendation. He's always fantastic. I especially like his rant on guns. If you have not heard that one, please go listen. It's fantastic. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a break here. We're gonna see you all next week. I have a daughter that I think needs to go down for a nap.
Oh God! You said the N-word. Nap.
She's pretty good about taking naps when she needs to.
That's always good. Isn't it?
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so
See you later.
With me having screamed everybody's ears out, we're gonna close up for a week. See you all next week.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.